Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Daily.
Hi everyone, we are very happy to see you here today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Daily. We're so happy you're here. If you enjoy learning English through real conversations, don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another English learner. Today, we're talking about something that everyone experiences sooner or later, delivering bad news in English.
That's a topic many people try to avoid.
I know. Even in our first language, it can feel uncomfortable.
And in English, it can feel even more difficult because you don't want to sound rude.
That's what we'll help you with today. You don't need big words. You just need the right words.
And the right tone.
Good point. Sometimes the way you say something is just as important as the words themselves.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever had to tell someone something they didn't want to hear?
Many times. I remember meeting a friend for coffee. I was running late because of traffic, and I felt nervous before I even picked up my phone.
Why were you nervous?
Because I didn't want my friend to think I didn't care.
That's a feeling many listeners probably understand.
So I didn't just write, "I'm late."
That sounds a little cold.
Instead, I said, "I'm so sorry. I'm running late because of traffic. I'll be there as soon as I can."
That's much better. It's honest, polite, and gentle.
Those are three important words for today's lesson: honest, polite, and gentle.
Let's talk about another situation. Imagine your friend invites you to dinner, but you can't go.
Some learners simply say, "No, I can't."
People will understand, but it doesn't sound very friendly.
A nicer answer could be, "Thank you for inviting me, but I'm sorry, but I already have plans."
Then you can add, "Can we meet another day?"
That small sentence makes a big difference.
It shows you still care about the other person.
Here's another example. Imagine your teacher asks, "Where's your homework?"
Oh no.
And you suddenly remember you forgot it at home.
That happens.
Instead of making an excuse, you can simply say, "I'm sorry, I forgot my homework. I'll bring it tomorrow."
That's honest, and people usually appreciate honesty.
They do. Sometimes we think bad news must sound dramatic.
But most bad news in daily life is actually quite simple.
You're right. Being late, forgetting something, changing plans, or saying no, these things happen to everyone.
The important thing is learning how to talk about them politely.
Another word we'll hear often today is nervous. Many English learners feel nervous before difficult conversations.
I still get nervous sometimes.
Really?
Of course, nobody enjoys disappointing another person.
That's true, but speaking politely can make those conversations much easier.
And here's something I always remember. Being honest doesn't mean being harsh.
I like that.
You can tell the truth while still being kind.
That's really the heart of today's episode. We're going to learn simple English that helps you sound calm, respectful, and natural when you have difficult news to share.
By the end of our conversation, you'll have several useful phrases that you can use the next time you need to deliver bad news in English, and you'll probably feel much more confident doing it.
Now that we've talked about why difficult conversations feel uncomfortable, let's learn something very useful. Before native speakers give bad news, they often prepare the other person with a gentle opening.
That's true. They usually don't jump straight to the bad news.
Imagine I suddenly say, "Dinner is canceled."
I understand the message, but it feels a little sudden.
Now listen to this. "I'm afraid I need to cancel dinner tonight."
That sounds much softer.
One small expression can completely change the feeling of a sentence.
Let's look at another one. Unfortunately.
That's one of my favorite words because it's polite and easy to remember.
For example, unfortunately, I'll be late.
Or, "Unfortunately, I can't come today."
Here's another useful expression. I have something to tell you.
I like that because it prepares the listener. Imagine your friend is waiting for you at a restaurant.
I call and say, Hi, I have something to tell you.
Your friend immediately knows something unexpected is coming.
Then I continue, I'm afraid I need to cancel dinner. I'm not feeling well.
That's honest, polite, and easy to understand. Let's try another situation. You're my coworker.
And we're supposed to have a meeting.
That's right.
I call you and say, unfortunately, I'm going to miss our meeting today.
You might ask, is everything okay?
Then I can explain, yes, there's been a problem with my car.
That's another useful phrase.
There's been a problem.
Native speakers use it very often.
It sounds calmer than saying, everything is a mess.
Much calmer. Let's try a school example.
You're the student this time.
I say, I'm afraid I forgot my homework.
Nice, short, honest, and polite.
Then I can add, I'm really sorry.
Teachers usually appreciate honesty more than excuses.
Here's one more situation. Your friend wants to borrow your phone.
Oh, that's easy. I say, unfortunately, there's been a problem.
Then?
My phone fell this morning and the screen is broken.
That's clear and natural.
Notice that I explained the situation after giving the bad news.
That's important.
People often accept bad news more easily when they understand what happened.
So first, prepare the listener.
Then give the news.
Then explain.
It's a simple pattern that works in many situations.
I also like the expression, I wish I had better news.
That's a very kind sentence.
Imagine your friend asks if you found tickets for a concert.
You couldn't get them.
I could say, I wish I had better news, but all the tickets are sold out.
That shows you care about the other person's feelings.
These opening expressions don't change the bad news.
No, but they change how people receive it.
They make you sound thoughtful instead of cold.
And that's why softening expressions matter. They prepare the listener, reduce surprise, and make difficult conversations feel more respectful.
Native speakers use them every day because kindness and clear communication usually go together. Before we continue, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what kind of difficult conversation do you find hardest in English? Is it saying no, apologizing, canceling plans, or something else? Your answer might even help another learner who feels the same way.
Keep those expressions in mind because you'll hear them again as we move into more real-life situations, and the more you practice them, the more natural they'll become.
We've learned how to begin difficult conversations politely. Now let's talk about what comes next. After you give the bad news, people often ask one question.
What happened?
That's right, and this is where many English learners become nervous again.
They worry about explaining too much.
Or they give a very short answer that sounds unfriendly.
The best approach is somewhere in the middle. Give a simple reason, stay calm, and be honest.
Let's start with a common situation. You're late for work.
Your manager asks, "Why are you late?"
I could say, I'm sorry I'm late because there was a lot of traffic.
That's clear and natural.
I don't need a long story.
No, one honest reason is usually enough.
You can also say, the traffic was very heavy, so I arrived 20 minutes late.
Notice the word so. It connects the reason with the result.
Here's another example. You missed the bus.
Your friend says, "Why didn't you come with us?"
I answer, I missed the bus, so I couldn't get there on time.
That's another sentence native speakers use every day.
Now imagine something more serious.
A family emergency.
Someone asks why you left work early.
You could say, "I'm sorry, I had a family emergency."
If you want to explain a little more, you can say, the reason is that someone in my family needed my help.
That's respectful, and you don't have to share private details if you don't want to.
Good point. You can explain without telling your whole life story.
Let's try another situation.
You're working from home and suddenly your internet stops working.
Oh, I've experienced that before.
Your coworker asks why you disappeared from the meeting.
I might say, "I'm really sorry, my internet stopped working so I couldn't join the meeting."
That's short and easy to understand.
Nobody expects perfect situations every day.
They just want a clear explanation.
Speaking of that, I have a story.
I was hoping you would.
A few years ago, I agreed to help a friend move into a new apartment. I left home on time, but I drove to the wrong street because I read the address too quickly.
Oh no.
I spent almost 20 minutes looking for the building before I realized my mistake.
I can imagine your friend waiting.
I felt terrible. When I finally called, I didn't make an excuse. I simply said, "I'm really sorry. I made a mistake because I read the address incorrectly. That's why I'm late."
How did your friend react?
He laughed.
Really?
Yes. He said, "Don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes."
That's a nice ending.
I think he appreciated that I accepted responsibility instead of blaming someone else.
That's an important word today. Responsibility.
Taking responsibility doesn't mean being hard on yourself.
It means saying, yes, this happened, and I'm being honest about it.
Another useful word is misunderstanding.
For example, two people might understand the same message in different ways.
Then you can say, "I'm sorry, there was a misunderstanding."
That sounds much better than starting an argument.
One more helpful tip is to avoid sounding defensive.
What do you mean by that?
Sometimes people speak very quickly because they're worried. They give 5 different reasons, interrupt the other person, or try to prove they did nothing wrong.
But staying calm creates a better conversation.
It does. Give the reason, explain it simply, and then listen. Whether it's traffic, a family emergency, missing the bus, or a simple mistake, honest communication usually works better than a long list of excuses.
We've talked about giving bad news and explaining what happened. Now let's look at something that can make every difficult conversation better.
Kindness.
Yes, sometimes people remember your kindness even more than the bad news itself.
That's why empathy is so important.
Empathy means trying to understand how another person feels.
And when people feel understood, conversations usually become much easier.
Let's imagine a situation. Your friend has been looking forward to having dinner with you all week.
But something unexpected happens and you have to cancel.
Instead of saying, "I can't come," you could say, "I'm really sorry. I know this is disappointing."
Those few extra words show that you care.
Then you can add, "Can we choose another day?"
Now your friend knows the friendship still matters to you.
Here's another example. Imagine you're planning a weekend trip with your cousin.
Everything is ready.
But a day before the trip, you become sick.
That's frustrating.
I could call and say, "I'm really sorry. I have to change our travel plans. I know this is disappointing."
That's much kinder than simply saying, "The trip is off."
After that, I might say, "Thank you for understanding."
That's one of my favorite expressions,
Why?
because it shows respect before the other person even answers.
It also creates a positive feeling.
Let's try another situation.
Your best friend's birthday.
And somehow, you forgot.
I think many people have done that at least once.
I hope not too many times.
Your friend calls and says, "Did you forget something today?"
Oh, that's a difficult moment.
I could answer, "I'm really sorry. I completely forgot your birthday."
Then you might say, "I feel terrible."
And, "I hope you can forgive me."
Those sentences sound honest because they come from the heart.
Here's one more example. You're meeting someone at a cafe,
They arrive on time.
but you make them wait 20 minutes.
When you finally arrive, don't pretend nothing happened.
Definitely not.
Start with, "I'm really sorry for making you wait.
Then explain briefly.
There was a delay on the train."
And finish with, "Thank you for waiting."
That's a respectful way to handle the situation.
This reminds me of something that happened to me a few years ago.
I was wondering when your story was coming.
I promised my younger sister that I would watch her school play. She was so excited because she had practiced for weeks.
That sounds like an important day.
It was, but I mixed up the date on my calendar and arrived after the performance had already finished.
Oh, she must have been disappointed.
She really was. I could see it on her face.
What did you say?
I didn't make excuses. I hugged her and said, "I'm really sorry. I know you're upset and I understand how you feel.
That must have meant a lot to her.
Then I told her how proud I was of her and apologized again.
How did she react?
She smiled and said, I'm still a little disappointed, but I know you didn't do it on purpose.
That's a wonderful example of why empathy matters.
It also teaches us another useful word, appreciate.
People appreciate honesty, kindness, and a sincere apology.
They also appreciate patience and understanding during difficult moments.
So remember these simple phrases. I'm really sorry. I understand how you feel. I know this is disappointing. And thank you for understanding. They may be simple, but they can make difficult conversations feel much warmer and help protect the relationships that matter most.
So far, we've learned how to give bad news politely and explain what happened. But a good conversation shouldn't end there.
That's right. If possible, try to offer a solution.
People usually feel better when they hear that you're trying to help.
Let's imagine I have to cancel dinner with you.
I might feel disappointed.
I could simply say, I'm sorry, I can't come.
But there's a better way.
I'm really sorry. I have to cancel dinner tonight, but can we try another day?
That sounds much more hopeful.
Because I'm not ending the conversation. I'm trying to improve the situation.
That's a great word for today. Improve.
Here's another example. Imagine I borrowed your book.
And you accidentally damaged it.
I would say, I'm really sorry. I'll replace it with a new one.
That's much better than saying, oops.
Much better.
The word replace is very useful.
It tells the other person that you're taking responsibility.
Let's try a work situation.
You sent the wrong file to your coworker.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
It happens.
I could say, I'm sorry, I sent the wrong document.
Then don't stop there.
Right. I could add, here's what we can do. I'll send the correct one right now.
That's a solution.
And people like hearing solutions.
They do because problems feel smaller when someone is trying to fix them.
Speaking of fixing things, that's another useful word today.
Fix.
For example, I'll fix the problem as soon as I can.
Or let's fix this together.
I like that one.
Me too. It sounds like teamwork.
Let's imagine your neighbor's football breaks my window.
Oh no, that's an expensive mistake.
What would you say?
First, I'd apologize. Then I'd say, I'll make it right.
That's a wonderful expression.
It means you'll do your best to solve the problem.
You could also say, let me help.
Simple words, but very powerful.
Here's another situation. A customer receives the wrong order.
The employee could say, I'm very sorry about the mistake.
Then continue with, here's what we can do. We'll replace it today.
That's much more helpful than only saying sorry.
Because actions are important. Sometimes we don't know the best answer.
That's true.
In that case, you can ask, is there another solution?
That's a great question.
It invites the other person to work with you.
And sometimes they'll suggest an idea you hadn't thought about.
So remember, after bad news comes the next step.
Offer support.
Suggest a solution.
Help fix the situation.
And if possible, leave the conversation with hope instead of frustration.
People don't expect us to be perfect. They simply appreciate it when we care enough to solve the problem together.
We've spent a lot of time talking about giving bad news, but let's change the situation.
This time, you're the person receiving the bad news.
That's just as important.
Sometimes our reaction can make the conversation easier.
Or much harder.
Imagine I say, I'm really sorry, but I can't help you move this weekend.
I could become angry immediately.
But that probably won't improve the situation.
Instead, I could say, I understand.
That's a simple but powerful response.
Here's another example.
I tell you, unfortunately, I broke your coffee mug.
My first feeling might be disappointment.
That's normal.
But I could answer, thanks for telling me.
I love that expression.
Why?
Because it shows you appreciate honesty.
It also encourages people to tell the truth in the future.
Let's imagine your coworker says, I made a mistake on the report.
I could say, that's disappointing, but I appreciate your honesty.
Notice something.
What?
You accepted the situation without pretending everything was perfect.
That's true. Good communication isn't about ignoring problems.
It's about reacting calmly.
Speaking of calm, that's another important vocabulary word today.
Staying calm helps us think more clearly.
Let's try another conversation. I tell you, I'm sorry, I can't come to your birthday party.
You might feel sad,
Of course.
but I could answer, don't worry, we'll celebrate another day.
That's a kind response.
It also helps both people feel better.
Here's one more situation.
Go ahead.
I tell you, my internet stopped working during an important online meeting.
I'd probably say, don't worry, we'll figure it out.
That's one of my favorite expressions.
Mine too,
Why?
because it reminds people that a problem doesn't have to stay a problem forever.
It gives hope.
And it shows support.
Sometimes we react before we think.
We've all done that.
Maybe we feel surprised, disappointed, or even upset.
Those feelings are normal.
But taking one deep breath before answering can make a big difference.
It gives you a moment to choose better words.
Another useful word is accept. Accepting bad news doesn't mean you like it. It simply means you understand the reality of the situation.
And once we accept it, we can start looking for solutions.
I also think people feel relieved when they see a calm reaction.
Definitely. If I have to share difficult news and the other person listens with patience, I immediately feel more relaxed.
Good conversations need effort from both people.
One person speaks with honesty.
The other listens with understanding.
That's how trust grows. Whether you're giving bad news or receiving it, kindness, patience, and respectful communication help everyone move forward together.
We've covered a lot today, and now it's time to put everything together. The best way to become more confident is to imagine real conversations before they happen.
That's a great idea. The more you practice, the more natural these situations become.
Let's begin with a conversation between friends.
I'll be your friend.
Mike, I'm really sorry, but I can't join you for lunch today.
Is everything okay?
Yes, fortunately, everything is fine. Unfortunately, I have to help my sister this afternoon.
Thanks for telling me. Can we meet tomorrow instead?
I'd love that. Thank you for understanding.
See, nobody argued. We simply found a solution.
Let's move to a family situation. Your parents asked you to visit this weekend.
I could say, I'm really sorry, I have to work this Saturday, but I'll visit on Sunday.
That's honest and respectful. Now let's imagine a classroom. The teacher asks, why didn't you finish your homework?
I'm sorry, I had a misunderstanding about the deadline. I'll finish it tonight.
Short, clear, and responsible.
Notice that I didn't blame anyone else.
That's important. People respect honesty. Now let's go to the office. You're my coworker. Mike, I'm afraid I sent you the wrong file.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'll send the correct one right away.
Perfect. The mistake happened, but you fixed it quickly.
Here's another situation.
You're helping a customer in a store.
I say, I'm really sorry, but the item you wanted is no longer available.
That's disappointing.
Then I continue, let me see if there's another solution.
That sounds much better than simply saying, we don't have it.
Customers appreciate people who try to help.
Even if the answer isn't what they wanted.
One last example.
Let's hear it.
Your football accidentally breaks your neighbor's flower pot.
Oh, that's not good.
I knock on the door and say, I'm really sorry, it was an accident. I'll replace it.
If I were the neighbor, I'd probably say, thank you for telling me.
Honest conversations build trust.
They certainly do.
Looking back, we learned many useful words today.
We did. We practiced, unfortunately, to introduce bad news politely.
We talked about how to apologize sincerely.
We looked for a solution instead of stopping with the problem.
We learned that respect makes difficult conversations easier.
Being honest helps people believe you.
Being patient helps everyone stay calm.
And showing appreciation can make another person feel valued.
We also learned that misunderstandings happen to everyone.
They do, and most of them can be solved through good communication.
Offering support is another important habit.
Sometimes people don't expect you to have every answer. They simply want to know you're willing to help.
And perhaps the biggest lesson is confidence.
Confidence doesn't mean speaking perfect English. It means speaking with kindness, honesty, and respect.
I couldn't agree more. If you're listening today, don't wait until you face a difficult conversation. Practice these expressions when you're alone. Repeat them out loud or even role play with a friend. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And one day, these phrases will come naturally when you need them most. Before we say goodbye, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had to give bad news in English? Or what situation would make you most nervous? Share your thoughts in the comments because your experience might encourage another English learner.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, both in life and in English. Every conversation is another chance to learn, improve, and grow. Don't be afraid of difficult conversations. Speak with empathy, stay honest, and keep practicing.
People may forget your grammar mistakes, but they often remember your kindness, your respect, and the way you made them feel. We'll see you in the next episode of Speak English Daily. Happy learning!